We're a bit thing about our station wagons in New Zealand. We love them. It's something to do with our national character. You know, the whole DIY thing. Pop down to the timber yard, grab some lumber and go out and build yourself a farm. Whatever the reason, we love station wagons. So I thought we'd have a good look at one of them, the BMW 340i M Performance Touring. What exactly is a BMW 340i M Performance Touring? Well, it's kind of a bit of a part spin special. You see, New Zealanders, as I've said, love their station wagons, and BMW don't make an M3 wagon, but they do make a very good 340 wagon. So BMW New Zealand thought, well, we'll have a crack at making something that gets closer to the Audi S4s and the Mercedes AMG CLA wagons that are out there on the market, and see if we can't build something that, you know, satisfies the BMW enthusiast in that performance wagon market. So what they've done is they've gone into their parts bin and pulled out some useful enhancements to add to a 340i Touring. You get an extra 25 kilowatts and an extra 50 newton meters over what the standard car would have been. So now it delivers 265 kilowatts and 500 newton meters. And that's those are good figures. Those are really good figures. In fact, they launched this car from 0 to 100 in 4.9 seconds. So anything under 5 seconds is a properly quick car. What they've done to lift those figures and boost that performance is install a thing they call the power and sound kit. Now, the power part is an engine management tune, which they haven't got into the specifics of, and the other part, the sound part, is an exhaust system. The exhaust system is active, so it responds to, you know, your right foot. If you put some boot into it, the exhaust valve opens up and you hear a lot louder exhaust note from the back. Not a droney exhaust, but it's ever present. And because this car seems to spin quite quickly, even on a warm startup, you're hearing that exhaust quite a lot. It's not an unpleasant sound, but sometimes I get the feeling that it's a little bit contrary to what this car's general sort of brief is. It's a little bit extrovert. You've got 4 different drive modes available to you: Eco Pro, Comfort, Sport and Sport Plus. And as you go up through those, so various factors of the car's performance change. The steering changes, the suspension changes, obviously the shift pattern in the transmission changes, and the throttle response changes too. It's an exciting car to drive fast, because when you are up and down the revs and up and down the gearbox through these oversized paddles that really say flick me, because they're so big and prominent behind the steering wheel spokes, everything's endorsed by this exhaust note. It's kind of, you know, everything you do, you hear it through the tailpipes, and that kind of gives you a sensation of speed, but also how much loading the engine's under. The other thing the exhaust does, of course, when it's in the more active modes of Sport and Sport Plus, is it crackles on the overrun. They've built the spec up on the car quite a bit. 20-inch wheels with black spokes, the black kidney grille, the tinted back windows on the car, a little bit over those because they stand out a bit too much. I'd rather have less tinting and have it applied uniformly front to rear on the car, so it looks a bit more integrated and kind of holistic, I guess, in profile form. The other thing they've got is a little M Performance sticker on the sills underneath the back doors. Not so keen on that either. It looks a little bit of an afterthought, a little bit cheap. Could easily do without that. And this car also has carbon fibre tips on those exhaust pipes that are new to this car. And they've also got carbon fibre shells on the back of the door mirrors too. Now I'm told that those carbon fibre mirror shells are handmade and quite expensive, so I'm going to keep them well away from any lampposts or passing Vespa riders. Inside, as you might expect, you get all the beauty and luxury appointments and nice design touches that BMW are renowned for. You've got, in this instance, a leather-topped dashboard area and a leather instrument binnacle as well. Quite a large steering wheel, probably overly large. It feels a bit like a ship steering wheel. It's not uncomfortable to hold. It doesn't feel sort of out of place when you're using it, but to look at, it seems like about that much too big in the diameter. The rest of the car, yeah, really, really nice. It's got a Harman Kardon sound system, electric panoramic sliding sunroof, adaptive cruise control, adaptive LED headlights, adaptive M suspension. BMW couldn't tell me what all the bits that they've added onto the car cost, but of course we can find out what the whole package costs. $116,900. Oh, another piece of very important kit I nearly forgot about was the M LED door projectors. So when you open your doors, you'll see little M logos projected down onto the ground beneath you. So that's really important and well worth the money. So it's coming on for darkness, it's pissing down with rain, and I'm on a road that I'm not particularly familiar with, and I couldn't really think of a car that I'd rather be in than this right now. I mean, I've got it set to Sport Plus mode, which means I've got absolute control over everything I want. Everything's as sharp and as focused as I can have it. But I don't feel intimidated by the car. You know, I'm punting it along at a reasonable clip. It's not a sports car. It's got too many seat belts and too big a boot to be a sports car. But as a sporting station wagon, it's doing a really good job of making me feel relaxed and excited all at the same time. The car's got enough performance in terms of acceleration and braking and road holding that I can have a little bit of fun without really scaring myself too silly, you know. One thing that I'm really enjoying with this car is that because it's got this extra boost of torque, extra 50 Newton meters of torque, and is now developing 500 Newton meters, is that you can come out of corners, for instance, in a gear or two higher than might be optimal. So these are really marginal, shitty conditions. It's wet, it's nearly dark, the roads are slippery as, so I'm tending to be conservative in my gear selection. So coming out of a corner, I don't need to change down to fine power to accelerate. There's plenty of torque to do that. And what that also does mean is that the engine's obviously spinning at lower revs in a taller gear, so the exhaust puts out this much deeper, more authoritative kind of booming bellow, which actually comes right through the cockpit, comes right through the back of the chair here and straight into your chest. I love the graphics on the dashboard here when you're using your when you're coming into a parking space, for instance, and the parking sensors are chirping away left and right, front and rear, but it gives you a little pictogram on the side of your dashboard here that shows you visually kind of where things are. You know, little things like that just really enhance the ownership experience and makes your $116,900 feel like it's been well spent. Not four-wheel drive, it doesn't have the X-Drive system, it's just rear-wheel drive, but for a car with this level of performance, now remember, 4.9 seconds to 100k, so that's a quick car. You feel safe, you feel reassured, you feel that the car's eager to take on corners and all the terrain you can throw at it. Station wagons, I'm a big fan. Thumbs up for station wagons. In this car, the BMW 340i M Performance Touring, 2 thumbs up. And well done BMW New Zealand for building it. You deserve to take the rest of the day off.